What's up, survivors? My name is Sunny, and today I wanted to bring you guys a quick video on the upcoming patch 26.1, bringing in mostly bug fixes, but also something we've been asking for quite some time from the wish list, so we have some good stuff to share in this video. Make sure you guys are subscribed, as I do cover all things State of Decay 2 and 3, from news, guides, and live streams, especially since about 85% of you still haven't subscribed yet. So update 26.1 is now live. The number one thing that we want to highlight, though, has to be this very awesome change. Very welcome. This one here where it says moving maps, you can now bring all your vehicles from your parking slots as well as the vehicle you are driving for a total of 5 cars. That is freaking awesome, and I would have loved it before this big patch because I think I moved a total of 4 communities spread across 2 of my accounts, so a little bit of a bummer, but I'm not going to complain because it's really good to see this now. And with that, they also finally fixed the correct amount of plague samples from the Echo Labs research station. I can now go back to making sure I recommend this outpost. A lot of you have actually been debating me on this one, but I still think this outpost is very much worth it if you don't have the advanced biochem station in your base. As for a few more community management things, we have the Trumbull Valley's landmark outpost now correctly contributes to the biggest ball of twine in Minnesota achievement. Apparently an exploit was fixed where players were duplicating Red Talon contractors simply by putting them in their infirmary. I've noticed some of you guys really get on the ball with reporting these to the devs, and I have to say I find that pretty funny. Well, either way, this exploit is now fixed. Undead Labs also fixed a UI hiccup with the storage area at the Red Talon Daybreak Fob. This is where you couldn't deposit in your storage area, as in your rucksacks. I'm shocked it actually took them this long to fix it, but it wasn't a complete game breaker because you could just deposit via your car. But for new players, I'm sure they didn't know this, so I'm glad this got fixed, and fixed right now, because this was a big problem. As for the rest of the news here, it looks like they made some changes to the missions. One thing to highlight here is they uncapped the number of Trumbull Valley story missions that could be active at once, and their intent here is to get the missions flowing more smoothly. I have to say, I read this wrong because I thought it said capped, and I was kind of like, what the heck? But then it's really uncapped, which is great because there is a lot of Trumbull Valley new story missions, and there's a lot to really go through. So I'm very happy now that this is going to be more streamlined, and you'll be able to experience them when you get them instead of waiting around for days. So this is a very good change. They fixed the Isby mission that kept repeating over and over for people. A lot of people kept getting Clio drops by repeating this mission over and over, so in a way it was an exploit but not an intended one, and not the player's fault for taking advantage of it. So glad this one got fixed. And finally, you can see the rest of the list here. The last one's notable, where they said they made smaller fixes to the world art, collision, navigation, and other stuff. So I think I heard many people were running into things like invisible rocks and invisible things, so glad that the Undead Labs team is really cleaning a lot of this up. If there's any other bugs, go ahead and mention them in the comments, so that way the Undead Labs team can see that, because they do watch these videos. Obviously, the big question remains now going forward, what else is planned for State of Decay 2 going forward? And I have to say I have speculation on that, as well as an official response from an Undead Labs developer that I'll talk about here in the future video. So if you guys haven't already, definitely subscribe so you're always in the know with what's going on. I'm Sunny. As always, stay safe, survivors.